All right, so I've already showed you how to roll a slab before, so I'm not going to share that with you again today. You can watch the other video for how to roll a slab. But we're going to make a plate today. So you want to start off with a nice big slab. You want to compare the size of the plate that you're going to work with, which this is a plastic plate, both of these. You can use a real plate. Any plate will do. It could be square, it could be circular, any size. As long as your slab is big enough to fit, you can use it as a mold. So this is called using a slump, S-L-U-M-P, mold. All right, so I'm going to start off with my slab, and I want to compress it a bit. So I can take a rib tool, I could even use a popsicle stick, and I'm just going to gently smooth and compress my slab. Okay, once I've done one side, I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. If you encounter any areas that are inconsistent, you can always just rub them out and pat them and just try to smooth them over again. Especially if you encounter any air pockets, you want to pop them and then smooth it over. All right, so now it's nice and smooth. Again, I have multiple sizes of plates. I think I'll choose this dinner plate, and I'm going to place it directly on top of my slab, which I've just smoothed. You can use anything to cut it. I've just got this sharp tool here, but you can use anything to cut it. And you want to orient your tool so that you're cutting straight down. You don't want to be cutting at like an angle. You want to be cutting straight up and down, and you want to be really nice and consistent with it. Because if you're inconsistent, that's where your plate's going to end up looking messy. Okay, and then you can save all of your extra scraps and just wedge those back together. And save those because that's still really good clay. All right, now I'm going to peel up my plate. Now it should just pop right off. And here is the tricky bit. So you want to get, I use Glad Press and Seal. You can use any kind of plastic as a barrier. So I'm taking this plastic wrap. You can use anything that you have, though. It could be a plastic bag. It could be, you know, a trash bag that you've cut up, or it could be cling wrap. And you're going to put that on top of your plate. And you're going to try to press it down, getting as few wrinkles as possible. Because if you have a really big wrinkle, it might press into the back and show. And I've got a little air pocket here. Then it's going to lift that up, press it out from the center, and adhere it again. So I've gotten to here. All right, you can actually bring it around the back too, but that's not really important. But it gets it out of my way. All right, now I'm going to just gently, and this part's really important that you be gentle. Just gently give it a lift without distorting the edges. And place it on your plate. Taking care to try to get it really nicely centered. All right, so now I've got it on top, but I haven't pressed on it yet. And if I press on it, it's going to pick up the actual dimensions of like the plate. So I've got a nice little moist sponge here. I already got that wet. And I'm just going to gently, with swooping motions, sponge my plate, taking care not to distort anything by pressing on it inconsistently. But you see how it's picking up now that ridge of the plate. Don't do it all from the same spot. Spin it around a little bit. And anywhere, if you accidentally make a dent somewhere, just rub it until it takes care of itself. Okay, but again, just a nice wet sponge, smoothing it out. And then I will direct my attention to the outside edge. I'm just dragging a tool against it. You can drag a sponge against it. You can drag a tool against it. Do a lot of different things to make it really pretty. All right, and now it's pretty nice and straight. I'm gonna leave that until it's leather hard because it's gonna be easier to fix up even more when it's leather hard. I'm just giving it like a really light, quick sponge. Because I don't want it to be sharp and I don't want it to cut me. Okay, but I can do more on the edge when it's leather hard. So now I'm gonna set this out to dry for about 4 hours until it's leather hard. And then I can start doing the things to the surface, either slipping and scoring and adding things on, or carving, sgraffito, and things like that. All right, so good luck making your plate. Remember, smooth both sides and compress both sides before you cut it. Don't forget to put the plastic layer in between, and good luck.